Most people think that saving money means cutting out fun. But last year, I tripled my savings without sacrificing joy. How did I do that? By adopting those 5 tiny habits that completely transformed my relationship with money. Those habits are rooted in behavior psychology and financial insights, tapping into how our brains are wired to make decisions related to money. Let's start with the foundation. Habit number 1 is budgeting. I know budgeting might sound boring and restrictive, but trust me, it's the complete opposite. Budgeting is about being in control. It's knowing how much exactly you earn and deciding where those money goes instead of wondering where it disappeared. When I first started budgeting, I spent the first 6 months purely tracking and analyzing my spendings. I didn't want to change anything right away. I just wanted to understand my habits. And that was eye-opening. I realized that I was spending $50 every single week on coffee and impulse purchases. Money that could have gone to something much more meaningful. By tracking your spendings, you will notice patterns like this. Areas where your money are slipping away without adding any value to your life. When you have a budget, it acts like a guide and helps you to make weighted decisions that support your goals. Right now, I have clear financial goals, and once in 2 weeks, I sit down and review everything that happened with my money during this time. I look at what I've spent, what I've saved, and what adjustments I need to make. This simple habit keeps me aware of my actions and focused on my goals. I personally use spreadsheets to track my finances, but you can also use budgeting apps like Buddy or You Need a Budget. They work just perfectly. Budgeting is not about depriving yourself, it's about living with purpose. When you give every dollar a job, you feel empowered, not restricted. The next habit was a complete surprise to me because I didn't think it will save me any money at all. But it turned out to be one of the most effective ways to cut down on impulse buying. Therefore, habit number 2 is organizing your wardrobe. Clothing is one of the top categories for overspending. That's why I recommend spending a little bit of time figuring out your style and creating a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe means fewer items but better quality pieces that mix and match easily. Instead of buying fast fashion, invest in timeless pieces that elevate your look and last longer. Let's say you buy a high quality sweater for $200 and the sweater will last you for 5 years. At first, $200 seems a lot, but compare it to the $50 fast fashion bad quality sweater that you need to replace every 6 months. You'll have to buy 10 such sweaters over the course of the next 5 years and end up spending $500. You pay almost a double for what you think is cheaper. Buy one good quality item once a year instead of 10 bad quality items every month. Not only it will save your money, your time, and elevate your look, but it will also help reduce the waste from the fashion industry, which, by the way, produces 92 million tons of textile waste every single year. We deserve so much better than disposable clothing. So don't buy mindlessly. Choose pieces that truly add value to your life. Moving on, let's talk about another not so obvious habit: meal prepping. I started meal prepping because I wanted to take better care of my health. But the financial benefits were incredible. It's not a secret that eating at home is cheaper, but let me emphasize it. Cooking at home is typically 50 to 75% cheaper than eating out. My monthly impulse dining out expenses dropped almost 3 times since I started consistently meal prepping. Again, meal prepping doesn't have to be boring or complicated. Take some time to figure out what meals you like, how much variety you need, and when you have time to prep. You can prepare full meals ahead of time, or you can simply just wash your fruits and veggies so that they are ready for snacking throughout the week. And there is nothing wrong with dining out. as long as it's not your main way of surviving. Having nourishing foods in your fridge reduces cravings to order takeout and saves you both money and time in the long run. The next habit completely blew my mind because I didn't even think that was possible. Habit number 4 is negotiating bills. Did you know that just by asking, you can reduce your phone, internet, insurance bills, as well as some subscription costs? I used to pay $126 monthly for one of my services. After sending one polite message asking if there were any cheaper options available, I got it down to $44. Over the course of the last year, this single email saved me $1,000. You don't need to be an expert negotiator. Just be polite and state your point clearly. You can mention competitor offers if needed, or ask for a loyalty discount or family plans. Before settling for any services, just ask yourself, can you get the same thing for cheaper? It doesn't hurt anyone. One phone call or email can save you hundreds or thousands over time. The last habit is arguably the most important one, but the good news is you're practicing it right now by watching this video. Habit number 5 is continuous learning. Staying curious and informed means you will be aware of the new opportunities to protect and grow your wealth. For example, in 2023, Canada introduced a first home savings account. If you were keeping up with financial news, you would know how to benefit from this account when saving for a home. But if not, you might have missed out entirely. Learning about finance also helps you to understand yourself better, your habits, your strengths, and areas for improvement. Whether it's reading books on personal finance, watching videos like this one, or taking courses online, knowledge gives you power over your finances and your future. So these are the 5 habits that helped me to save thousands last year. Each one is simple but incredibly effective when practiced consistently. To truly maximize of what money can offer to you, your number 1 priority should be a strong emergency fund. If financial independence is your goal, you will find my video on how to save your first $10,000 highly valuable. It's a comprehensive guide to building your first emergency fund, packed with tips to build stability and confidence. So definitely watch this video right away. Thank you so much for investing your time into your financial future. You've got this. Stay curious and see you in the next video.